I really like Real Techniques brushes. I think for the money and the quality and the performance of the brushes, I think they're really awesome. So, and I also love the Pixiwoo sisters. I think they're awesome too. So they're venturing into makeup now, and I saw this on Instagram. That's how I even found out about it. But they released 2 palettes, and these are what the boxes look like. They're fairly simple boxes, but there's the Modern Natural Makeup Kit and the Night Owl Makeup Kit, and I believe they have videos probably on the Real Techniques website and probably on their own YouTube and stuff like that. I did purchase these off of the Real Techniques website, which it's my understanding that's the only place that they're available. So I'm going to show you the palettes. So the one that I did the look on my face with is the Modern Natural Makeup Kit, which if you're interested in the demonstration of all these products upon first application for this palette, it'll be towards the end of the video. But this is what it looks like. It is a very neutral palette. The lip gloss is out of there, but put it back in here. The packaging is cardboard. There is no mirror. This is just the see-through Real Techniques, and it does have a magnetic closure. Some people were interested in where these were made and stuff. It says on the box that it was made in the USA and assembled in China, so if that makes any difference. So inside you have 4 powder eyeshadows, a cream eyeliner, a powder blush, and a cream highlight, and then 2 little lip glosses, which I have everything on my face, and there's a slight attempt with the gel liner. With gel liner products, which I've experienced in the past, if it's not going to dry out in a couple days because of the packaging is definitely not airtight by any means at all, if it's not going to dry out, then it's going to have the opposite effect, and it's not going to set on the eyes. In which I did when I was putting this on. I put a dab of it on the back of my hand, and then I went about doing the rest of my makeup, and then afterwards to check, and it totally smudged. So I don't think it's going to dry out in the palette, but it's not going to set. So if you have really hooded eyes or really oily eyelids, I don't think it's going to be great for on top of the lash line. I think it's going to smudge or transfer, and I don't think it's definitely going to be good enough for the waterline either. You could use it as a base for your eyeshadow as well to really deepen up the intensity of your darker eyeshadows, but then too, I think it's going to crease. And I have dry eyelids too, but I'm pretty sure, because the Smashbox ones and some Smashbox palettes I have, they perform the same way for me. It's like they really feel the same. Anyway, you could do that though. So, and the same opinion for this palette goes for the other palette, because I kind of feel the same about both of them. I did use the highlighter right here on my cheekbones. I had to run my finger across it first because the deeper eyeshadows that I used in the eye look totally got all over that cream illuminator. And it did get over the blush, but I used the blush before I did my eyes. So, and then I wanted to make note, I have really fair skin, I do, and I did wipe off that cream highlighter, but I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but right here, and this here, I've had this on for a while and it still hasn't set. It's got a tacky feeling to it. That's why I put it on after my eyeshadow. But it's got a deep undertone to it. Like if I'm looking in the mirror right here, it looks gray right here. It looks gray and it looks dark. So if that's why I look funny in the camera right in that area, it's from that cream highlighter. The sheen it gives is pretty, but if it's not directly in the light, it's got a funny undertone to it. And the same goes for the other one, because I wore the other palette, the Night Owl palette, yesterday, so that I had some form of opinion to give you guys on that palette as well, as a first impression from this palette. But the blush is pretty. I have that on my cheeks as well, and I did have to pack it on a bit, but it is between 2 cream shadows. So you have to use quite a smaller brush to get into that pan. I used a Goss number 2 brush for that, and it worked out okay, but I still had to be relatively precise on picking it up. The lip glosses, they have like a vanilla scent or like a candy scent with a mix of a chemical scent, which isn't offensive. I don't have a problem with it, and it doesn't taste. I do have the peachy lip gloss right here on my lips right now, and it does have it has more of a slick feeling to it, like a non-tacky but slick feeling to it, which I typically don't wear a lot of lip gloss anyway, but it's going to remove lipstick faster. So I'm not particularly keen on the lip glosses. I do really like the eyeshadows. I think that the eyeshadow look came out great. I think that they blended great. This shade right here is, it seems like a, you know, a bright shimmery champagne color, but it's subtly wearable. Like it's a subtle sheeny highlight. It's really pretty. Something about these eyeshadows is really reminiscent of some NARS shadows. It's kind of strange, but I really love the eyeshadows. I think the blush is nice quality as well. It looks really pretty on the skin. But between two cream products, and I don't care for the cream products at all, and the lip glosses, they're just okay. They don't pack a lot of pigmentation either, which I'm going to swatch both of these palettes for you guys. And I do want to make note that I feel the same way about both palettes, because I feel like the products are the same as far as quality is concerned, so everything that I say about this palette pertains to the other one, but I'm going to show you swatches of both. So this is what the palette looks like up close. To be honest, the packaging it's exceptionally cheap, and it does feel cheap, I will say that. This is like a real plasticky situation that these are sitting in. Like, I think it would be, you know what, now that I think of it, it might be best to depot these. That way you don't have the problem with the cream products. And this here is, I mean, it's cheap enough where it's going to be pretty easy to depot. But this is what it looks like in any event. The cream shadow, or the cream eyeliner there is really kind of stiff, yet creamy, if that makes sense. Like, it's creamy to the touch, but it's kind of a stiffer product. I don't know if that makes sense. This here is kind of a purple taupe, and it has some shimmer in it. This brown is a matte. This is a really pretty golden brown color, and then this is the highlight right there. See here. Yeah, and I swatched them all on my arm. So here's the swatches on my arm. Here's the highlighter, and I have that on the top of my cheekbones, and there's something about the undertone of that is, it looks gray, and it looks deep and dark, and it's really unflattering, and I don't like it. And the other one performed the same way, but here's the blush. I think the blush is really pretty. There is the eyeliner, and the peach gloss, and the golden gloss, and then your other shadows. This is the really light champagne shade, which you're going to have a hard time seeing against my pale skin, but love the powder products. I really love the powder products. The cream products, not so much, and not so much the packaging either. So there's that liner. It's been on there for a couple minutes actually already, but because I pre-swatched it. But I'll show you guys this, how this is. You know, it's, for an eyeliner, you definitely don't want that. So now I'll give you guys a look at the Night Owl makeup kit, and I did wear this yesterday, and again, all the opinions that I have about the natural one, I have the same opinions about this one pertaining to the cream products and the lip products and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what this looks like and how it swatches. Right here. Now this shade right here does have, I know the purpley shade in the other palette has got some sparkle to it too, but this one has a bit more chunky glitter in it than the one from the natural palette. And then these three do have a sheen. And the blush does have a shimmer to it. So here are the swatches of the Night Owl makeup kit. The red gloss has a bit more pigmentation to it than the other three glosses from the palettes. But again, same feeling about the highlighter there. It's got a strange undertone to it for my skin. So like, if it's not in direct light, it looks weird. The blush, love the blush, which I wore yesterday. Cream eyeliner, same thing. I don't think it's going to set. And then the black there, it does have some bigger particles in it. And then there is your blue, your purple. And then again, I feel the same way about the highlight from this palette as the other one. It's a really pretty subtle highlight for having shimmer to it, which I think is really flattering. I do really like the shadows. I think that, you know, although they look like they don't swatch out the most beautiful on my skin, even with the fingers, you know, they're not overly packed with pigment or anything like that. I think that they're very wearable, and I think that they're very easy to work with and very easy to blend. Granted, they could have put a little bit, I think that these three shades here are all pretty dark, and the smoky eye one is kind of lacking a little bit of a transition shade, so. But I do really enjoy the powder products. So that is the Night Owl makeup kit. So I paid 25 bucks for each one, and I'll tell you how much product is in there. There are 4 eyeshadows at 0.03 ounce. The gel liner is 0.02 ounces. The cream highlight is 0.05 ounces. The blush is 0.07 ounces. And then there's 2 lip glosses at 0.04 ounces of product. So, and I did get them off the Real Techniques website. So these are limited edition, and I kind of have the feeling, or at least I hope, that they put them out in, you know, limited edition and stuff because they want to get feedback of the products and what's good and pros and cons and stuff like that of each one. Granted, I wish that there wasn't cream products in here. There shouldn't have been a powder so close because the pans are so small. That blush I don't think should have been in between an eyeliner and the highlighter, and the shadows got into the cream highlighter and they also got on top of the blushes. So you're going to have to wipe it off or brush that off. The lip glosses are just kind of run-of-the-mill average lip glosses. I don't find them to be particularly lovely or anything like that. They do have a glossy sheen to them and stuff like that, but I don't think that they're wonderful. But I do like the powder products. I think that they're very wearable. I think they're easy to work with. I think that a lot of people will be able to use the powder products fairly easily and create a look that's really pretty. Like, I thought that the look turned out great from the natural palette for the eyes, and the blush is pretty as well. I really like it, and it was really simple to do as well. The packaging on them is, it's pretty cheap. The actual cardboard on the outside feels nice. The plastic over the top does have a ripple in it, which isn't that nice, but the actual insert on the inside here is really cheap plastic feeling. So you know what I'm actually going to probably do, since I don't like the layout of the products, and I really like the powder products but not the cream products so much, I think I'm going to pull these shadows out and the blushes and put them in a Z palette, because it's going to be pretty simple to get them out of there. Then they'll all be in one place for me to use, and I won't have to worry about the stuff that I don't like or the big kind of bulky packaging. So that's what I think about the Real Techniques makeup kits. I do really like the powder products, but in any event, if you guys are interested in seeing how the natural makeup kit performed, you can hang tight and we'll get into it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this blush on right here, which is kind of a peachy pink shade with a Goss 14 brush. I picked kind of a smaller brush because it's kind of a small pan and it's next to two cream products actually, so I don't want to get my brush in there, but still it's kind of sketchy. I'm just going to carefully put the tip of that brush in there and dust this on my cheeks. This is still too big. I gotta grab a smaller brush. So I grabbed a Goss number 2 brush, which I typically use for highlighter, and I'll go into that blush again here and pick some more up. So I kind of gotta pick up quite a bit of product, but the color is pretty. And it looks nice on the skin. It kind of has a sheen to it, so. And I'm not going to put any of the cream highlighter on just yet in case I have any shadow fall down. It'll make it a little bit more difficult to brush away, so I'm going to wait on that till after I'm done with my shadow. I'm just going to go ahead and prime my lids with the Physicians Formula BB Concealer from the lash line right underneath the brow. So now on a Goss number 18 brush, it's just a flat shader. I'm going to use this shade right here, which is kind of a bronzy brown color. And I'm just going to pack this all over the lid. It's a bit deeper color than I usually put on my lid, but I just want to check it out. And it's kind of picking up a bit of product in there, but so be sure to tap off the excess and then pack it on there. Yeah, kind of a rich bronzy brown shade, I guess. The color is really pretty. Then on a Goss 3 brush, I'm going to pick up this light highlighty shade, and I'm just going to cat hair. I'm just going to pick up some of that and I'm going to put it right underneath the brow and bring it down a ways. And the shadows are a bit powdery. They're kicking up some product in the pan, but I didn't have any fall down with that deep shade, but I did have to tap off quite a bit of excess on there, so Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is kind of a purple taupe with some little shimmers in it. Yeah, all these shadows so far, I've kicked up quite a bit of product with my brush in there, but we'll see how they blend here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and just stick this right into my crease. Pick up a bit more. Now on a Goss 20 brush, I'm going to pick up that same shade and sharpen up that outer corner. Oh, I felt fall down on my face. Ooh. Now I'm going to take the Goss number 19 brush and I'm going to pick up that same bronzy shade that we put on the lid. And I'm going to just kind of diffuse that purple, the edge of the purple out a bit. Here. And then with this number 20 brush from Goss again, I'm not going to pick up any more product, but I'm going to try to blend this out a bit more. I don't want it to get too dark up there. And then give it one more blend with the number 19. Then I think I'm going to go in with a little bit more precise brush here, which this is actually the brush I should have used in the first place. It's the Goss number 6 brush, and I'm going to pick up some more of that purple and go back into the crease with it to get it a little bit deeper up in there. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't use this brush to begin with. Yeah, that's a bit better. Now I'm going to take that same 19 brush, and I'm not going to pick up any more product, but I'm just going to kind of lightly blend this. Kind of a dirty, smoky plum look, I guess. Now I know this isn't going to work out so well, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway and see what happens. I'm going to use a fine liner brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to try to do my eyeliner with this cream liner that's in the pan. It's a pretty hard liner, I guess, for, I don't know, it's kind of stiff in there. We're going to see here in a minute. I'm probably going to end up getting frustrated and need something more liquidy for my tastes, but let's just see here. This is so hard. Pick up some more. Yeah, I have a feeling, you know, I'm going to have to go in here like, oh, bajillion times, but I can't work with something that's that I can't work with something that's that stiff. I have aging eyelids. I'm going to pass on that liner, and I'm going to do my liner, my brows real quick, and I'll be right back. And for the sake of the rest of the video, I put a dash of this eyeliner right here, and then when I'm done with my total look, I'm going to see if it still smudges. I have a total feeling that it's going to smudge. Off camera, I tried to work with that liner a little bit more, and I couldn't do it, so I used a different liner, which all the stuff will be listed in the description box down below too. But this has been on my hand now for probably a half hour because I had to run and do something. So let's see if it still smudges. I kind of know it's gonna smudge. I know it is. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, funny thing, I've been like on this brow. This is totally unrelated, but I've been trying out all these brow products, right? All the new cream products, the Too Faced, Anastasia, different things, this and that, and I've just kind of been a little frustrated with my brows. And today I was like, I'm gonna go back to Old Faithful and busted out my matte Quiet Natural paint pot. Love my brows. Go figure, right? So anyway, let's do some lips. I've decided to go with this peachy gloss in here. So I'm going to put a peachy lip on and then just put the gloss over the top of it because I think it's kind of sheer. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with Chanel's Rose Coral Lip Liner, or Coral. I'm going to bring it in just a bit too. And I finally got MAC's Flamingo lipstick, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that all over the lips. Which that lip liner is quite perfect for this lipstick. I think this lipstick is glossy enough the way it is. It's a luster, but for the sake of, we're going to use this little bitty lip gloss here and see what's up with it. And it does have a slightly candy type or vanilla type smell mixed with kind of a chemically smell. It's not bad. And it's just kind of a, I think it just kind of shows up to be kind of a clear gloss, to be honest. Kind of has a slick feel to it too, one of those real type of slick feels, so I think it's going to probably rub my lipstick off faster than if I didn't put the gloss on. But I almost forgot about the highlighter in the palette, and I'm going to wipe off the surface of it because it did get some of that deeper shadow on the top of it, and we don't want that on our face. I'm going to use a Sephora 56 brush. This is the older version. I'm just going to put it in here, dab it in there, and just tap it on my cheeks here. And I wore the other one yesterday. Yeah, I'm having the same feeling with this. Can you guys still like see that? It's like patchy, like dark spot patchy, but it's not lifted up my makeup underneath, so that's not why. It's like the actual highlighter. It just looks patchy on like deep dark patchiness. I'm putting more on. Okay, as I pack it on, it's getting better. Let's just pack it on. Yeah, maybe I just had to pack it on more. Yeah, that looks better. But it does, you know... Okay, look. Right there. Right there. Look, okay, if I'm looking right here, right there, there's a dark shadow. Oh, I don't like that. I know I'm really fair, but come on, man. We're just gonna have a roll with it. Yeah. So there is the overall finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.